Sound off.
Rated T14.
Does young people even need a voice in this community? What can the community expect from this show?
I am my brother's keeper. We got to be responsible for each other.
It's okay to be different. Building stronger communities by helping the rest of our community really make it and achieve their dreams.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go!
Horry and Georgetown counties, welcome to Sound Off. Now, Sound Off is heard weekly on your favorite radio station, and it is our goal at Sound Off to deal with topics that are relevant to not only our young people, but to the community as well. Now, unfortunately, last week, we had a very special Father's Day program planned, but because of technical difficulties, we were not able to air. So the good news is we will have a segment. The final segment of this program will be a shout out, very special shout outs to all of our fathers. And we are so honored that we were able to interview former NFL player Robert Geathers Sr. So our first two segments, we are fortunate to have with us on this morning Mr. Robert Geathers Sr. So we ask that you would sit back, relax, and enjoy as you listen to Sound Off.
Hey you.
Yeah, you.
You on the other side of the screen.
Do you want to be heard?
Do you want to help your community?
Do you want to make a difference?
Then you should join the conversation and be a part of We Sound Off.
Here we talk about topics that are relevant to the community.
Log on to www.wesoundoff.com.
Send us your name,
Age.
School, and become a team member of We Sound Off.
So remember, just like I, DeAndre Campbell,
Tanisha,
Jonica,
Michelle can sound off. You can sound off too.
Good morning, Horry and Georgetown counties, and welcome to Sound Off. Now, Sound Off is heard weekly on your favorite radio station, and it is our goal at Sound Off to deal with topics that are relevant to our young people and relevant to the communities. And my name is Claudine Lance Schofield. I'm really excited. We have a very special guest on this morning, but I'll allow the Sound Off crew to introduce themselves at this time.
Good morning, guys. It's your girl, Tanisha.
Good morning. It's your girl, Mercedes.
And once again, we have a very special guy from Marion High School that's embarrassed. He said he wanted to be on, but I think, what about the Swamp Fox? Is that the mascot? Yeah. They just chicken out, so we're going to move on. Yeah, that's what it is. But we have a very special guest. I have Mr. Robert Geathers Sr. from Georgetown County. Y'all know how I feel about Georgetown. Actually, we went to the same high school. Former NFL football player, and is doing so much more. And we're going to have the opportunity to interview him on this morning. So the first thing I'd like to say is good morning to you, Mr. Geathers.
Good morning, Claudine. Glad to be here.
Well, we're so happy to have you, and we're going to jump in it. We're going to jump directly into the conversation. I know a lot of people probably want to know exactly who is Robert Geathers Sr. So would you tell the public about yourself at this time?
Yes, Claudine. I'm Robert Geathers Sr. I am my mother's James Geathers, Martha Geathers. I'm from Georgetown, South Carolina, right there in Brown Ferry community, local. I'm basically just a typical country guy. I was raised up right there in Georgetown County, in the fields, on the farm. No question about that part of it. I have three young men, blessed that we are in the NFL. I played NFL 3 years, and the USFL, my brother played 14 years. Jumpy Geathers with the Redskins, Atlanta Falcons, Denver Broncos, New Orleans Saints. We have 2 Super Bowl rings in the family. That's a blessing. And also I have 2 sons now in the NFL with Robert Jr. with the Cincinnati Bengals, on his 9th year in the Bengals. Clifton Geathers with the Dallas Cowboys, and Kwame with the Georgia Bulldog in college. He's a senior at Georgia. He will leave in the NFL this year, coming up in 2014. I'm blessed to be here with you, Claudia, to be here to talk about this. And
well, good. That's very good to have you on board. I'm telling you, it's always important to have people to come back and talk about their humble beginnings, because people see your sons in the NFL, but they don't know exactly where you came from. So I'm glad that you were able to share that. So I'm going to go to Tanisha. What did you have, sweetie?
Okay, my question is about your sons. What did you, or how did you prime your sons for the NFL?
I probably was starting from home first. The way I came up, it was a little rough. I didn't take any shortcut. They had to do the homework. They had to do the chores like cutting wood, fire wood, basic just down homework, and pray. They had to go to church. Yes, sir. No, sir. I made sure whatever my dad and mom would give me, that's what I give back to them. It wasn't any shortcut. It was no standing wrong. They didn't have a lot of, I call it reset, and going out to movies. They didn't actually date girls until they get into actually their senior year in high school. I didn't set phone call at my house if anybody call after 9 o'clock, is a problem, okay? And you better be in at 11 o'clock, okay? Wow. So, and they can go play with their cousin a whole lot and hang out to with the clubs and bicycle ride or whatever. It was very strict. I was disciplined. So, and it's paid off. So they came up kind of rough. I think they appreciate it now. Right, but at first they didn't appreciate it though.
Sorry, excuse me, Mr. Geathers. My question would be for your upcoming young athletes that want to go all the way into the NFL. Like, what would you suggest for them? Like, what would be the steps that you would suggest for them to take?
First step, you pray. Second, you have to be your father and mother. You have to go finish high school. That's the first thing. I never tell them anything about NFL. You have to get out of high school first. And once you get out of high school, you need a scholarship to go on to college. And that's be the next. So I didn't ever promise my kids in the NFL. I made sure I get them in college. After that, I paid them for the destiny from there. For his physical work, my kids was ready for that part. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you start home, was going to church, going to being on time, definitely on anything they do in life, being on time. And they have to finish high school, and they have to get a scholarship to go to college. It's very expensive to go to school now these days. So once you get to college, then your destiny for NFL could be happen, it may not happen, but you want to finish your education first in college, and the NFL will come later.
Excellent. I think that's really good advice, because a lot of people think beyond high school and college and they see themselves in the NFL. And so that brings me to Mr. Geathers. What would you say are the pros and then the cons of being in the NFL? What were the pros and cons for you? And then you could talk about it, how it relates to your sons that are currently in the NFL. But you played like back in the day, right, in the 80s? So for you, what were the pros? What were the advantages of being in? And then what would you say were some of the disadvantages of being part of the NFL?
Well, the disadvantage for me, I didn't have a lot of guidance on financial. I didn't have a lot of guidance on based when I get out, what I'm going to do next. I always had the dream that I'm own my own business or doing my own thing. So right now, I think that, first, now the different advantage now, I didn't make any money back then. It's real money now. It's millions of dollars versus what I made. The kids have more education, more opportunity. It's totally different that night and day. So the advantage they have now, they have a chance to exceed because there's more money. They have more. It was no Google or Twiggle, all this computer going on. It wasn't Twitter, Facebook. It was none of that going on. It wasn't such thing. It was no cell phone.
Which I had we had VCR.
Oh wow, VCR. It's a big difference now.
Right,
so it's just like night and day. So basically, if they can stay out of trouble and just keep focused, it's easier now. I think it's much easier. Longer practice, less work. Totally different. It's a totally different situation right now.
Okay, all right, and that brings me to Tanisha. What did you have?
Okay, when you first got your check, what was the first thing you brought?
Wow.
That I bought?
When that first NFL check,
wow.
that very first check.
I bought believe it or not, I bought a $500 car.
Wow.
Out of my agent yard. I'll never forget that. And then I took it and redone the whole car, and I get the rest of my money with my parents, and I kept a little bit myself. And that's the very first thing I did.
What kind of car was it?
1978 Montego, Ford Montego.
Okay.
I never forget that. Yeah, that's the first thing I did, and I get the rest of my parents and went on and played football.
See, that's a good man. You notice what he said. Gave the rest to his parents. That's, we're connected. We're connected with our Father's Day show. So that tells you this is a good man. Obviously, if you're gonna give the rest to your parents, I don't know. Would you have done that, Mercedes? That's
I would have, not all of it, but it would have been a percentage of it back to my parents, yeah. But Ms. Geathers, I was wondering, what is there a good importance of surrounding yourself with the people you can trust during your NFL years? While you were like playing in college and then going on into the NFL, was it good to surround yourself with people you could trust?
How important is that? That's right.
Yeah, it was very important. I started around myself around people from high school. Usually, it's kind of easy when you're 6'6.5" and you got a little guy getting in trouble. You kind of run yourself with good people from starting from high school at the same time. Right. Then in college, you do the same thing. In the NFL, you start. You got different college athletes from different people. Some people go out to clubs, go this place, that place. But I started to separate myself, and the people who start seeing me, they start coming toward me, right, and want to be around me. And there's nothing very much I do, but either hunt, fishing, or hobby. Back then was drag race and going to race, watch car race, stuff like that. And that's been it. And in the weight room and working hard and cooking. I love cooking.
Sound Off. Once again, Horry and Georgetown counties, you're listening to Sound Off, and I have a very special, when I say special, I mean SPECIAL apostrophe, Miss Tanisha. I so love you, Tanisha, because you do such a good job. Tanisha is our behind-the-scenes Sound Off person. She does the she helps with editing, she directs, she keeps us straight on the set. And I know Tanisha has a very, very, very good father. And so on this morning, Tanisha, of course, we're doing a special edition of Sound Off. We're celebrating the dads. So what would you have to say about Turk Nice?
Well, I like to say about my father. Hey, Daddy. What I like to say about my dad is that I love my dad. He's always been there for me. And also, yeah, that's my twin right there. That's my twin. And also my bodyguard. Oh, gosh. But I like to say I love you, Daddy, and I hope you enjoy your day. And I hope you enjoy your gift I get you.
Now, you got to tell everybody, what's your dad's name?
Tony Purr, a.k.a. DJ Turk Nice.
DJ Turk Nice. Let's say it together. DJ Turk Nice, Happy Father's Day. Sound Off. Once again, you're listening to a very special edition of Sound Off. We're celebrating dads, papa, grandfathers, husbands, and we want to make sure that dads get a very special props on Father's Day. I don't think men get enough recognition. I know when somebody goes pro and they're on TV, I like to say hey to my mom, but I want to give some love to the daddies on today. And I have a very beautiful young lady with me. Her name is Nina, but I'm going to let Nina tell the public just a little bit more about herself. What's your name again, baby?
Nina Keith, repping the fullest.
Represent Bucksport?
Yeah, I guess.
That's what you do. Come on now. Say good morning to everybody in Bucksport.
Good morning, Bucksport, Bucktown.
What's your mama's name?
Iris.
Iris, your baby's on the radio. Okay, back to business at hand. Now, I understand you have a very, 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 very good, well, cut that part, Wardell. Start from here. So I understand that your husband is an excellent dad to your kids. And so what I want you to do, we're talking to people about, we're asking people to talk about their dads, but I want to twist it a little bit. And now I want you to talk about your husband and the relationship he has with your babies. And then I want you to give him some love on Father's Day.
My husband is Kenya Keith of Conway. He is a wonderful, wonderful husband. Great man of God, loving father, very loving, and I would not have it any other way but to have him as my husband and to have him as the father of my children. Aww. He is lovely. Aww. Just one in a million. So happy Father's Day, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Giving men props. Men don't get enough props, so I want you to say it again. We're going to say it together. Happy Father's Day, Kenya.
Kenya Keith.
Kenya Keith.
Ladies and gentlemen.